Hello chili heads. This is this week's harvest of Carolina Reapers. There's about 165 peppers in there, and this round we're going to lacto-ferment these peppers. It's a good way to get a good sauce out of them. I'm going to try to fill up a big giant jar of these. I'm going to make a base sauce out of them, and then from that I'm going to make multiple sauces from there. But for now we're going to take these upstairs. We're going to chop them up by hand. Frankly, just because I like playing with my pepper. Before we do that, we'll take a quick look at the pepper plants I have outside and just see how many peppers we have left on them. Alright, here's what we got left on the peppers. We're definitely going to have plenty of peppers to still make plenty of sauces. I'm going to smoke and dry some more of these because people are really loving that spice. They really love it. And again, like I say, I got another whole set of them over here. There's just tons of peppers still in there, ripening up. I'm going to pick these peppers throughout the week, ripen them up. I like to take a few off branches here and there just because there's so many peppers on each branch. You really need to pull a few here and there just to help some of them get along their way and finish fermenting up. But that's what we got left so far. Okay, here our peppers are. We've got them, actually I cut them in pretty much sixths. I cut them in half. I take the halves, I cut them twice again. We're gonna fill this jar up. It looks like I'm gonna have more than enough to fill this jar up, so whatever I have left over, I got some other experiments I wanna do with them. I have my brine mixed here. Now, I got a simple brine. I've read a lot of forums and seen a lot of videos, and they talk about adjusting the salt and weigh the peppers and all that. And what I found is you take a cup of peppers, 1 cup purified water, distilled or reverse osmosis, whatever you can find. You just don't want to use regular tap water, or if you got well water, you don't want to use that. It's got to be good purified, good clean water. For a small batch, something like this, I did these are fermented. I'm gonna get these done tonight. I'm gonna grind these up in the blender and make a sauce out of them. These have been fermenting for about a month now. And I filled this jar up. It was packed full of Carolina Reapers. Now I used 1 cup of purified water, 1/2 tablespoon of sea salt, and that's it. That's your brine. That's all you need. I filled that up, put a lid on it, let it ferment. I'm going to fill this jar up. I'm going to add this brine to it and let that ferment. So we'll see. All right, so we fill this jar up. And as I fill the jar up, I like to occasionally take a spoon, pack it. You want these packed in there. You want them packed in there as, you know, not smashed, but pretty tight. You just keep filling it up, keep going. And another thing, and you'll see that in a lot of videos and stuff, good gloves. Don't forget the good gloves. If you get a little hole in your gloves, or if your nose itches or something like that, don't even think about it. But we're going to keep packing these up and add our brine here. Okay, I'm going to add my brine. And when you mix this brine, basically what I did is I took my basic small batch recipe, and I got pretty good. I'm actually going to have to make a little bit more to put in here because it didn't fill it up, because you want this full. You want it to cover the peppers. And what I do is I just take my small batch recipe and I just do the math. You know, if it's 1 cup water to 1/2 cup or 1/2 tablespoon salt, you just do the math, build it from there, make as much as you need. I made 4 cups. I thought it would cover this. I'm going to have to make another cup probably to fill that up. On this I have a vapor lock. I don't want to touch everything just because I can peppers with hand. On a batch this big, I like to put a vapor lock in there. What this does is this starts fermenting. It's going to push the oxygen out and not let any oxygen in. So that way the fermentation process just keeps going and don't allow anything, because you don't want oxygen in it. Small batches like this, I don't worry about it so much. It seems to work fine. Now once you get this going, you're going to want to stir this for 3 days. You don't have to stir the whole thing up at the bottom. Just go in there, kind of move it around a little bit, get the peppers moving, take some of the top, push it down, make sure there's no mold forming on the top. If there is, you can skim it off. I've never had any problem with it, but I've heard some people do. Now my only issue is I only used half my peppers. So now I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with the other half of these peppers, but we'll figure that out and make another video of it. And also stay tuned, because I'm gonna give you the secret recipe to my, I think I can call it world famous hot sauce. I don't know, I know it got me second place in the Wing Fest up here in Minnesota, where they make 36,000 chicken wings, and you compete against other people for, you know, see who has the best sauce. I took second place in that. It was good. I know my sauce has been tasted all the way up and down the East Coast. I know there's somebody from the West Coast that buys sauce from me, and I had a co-worker of mine a few years ago that actually put a care package together to send to Iraq, and he got a bottle of my hot sauce and some of my world famous also sweet hot smoked jerky that he shipped to Iraq, and some of the soldiers over there actually sent him a letter back telling him how wonderful it was. So I'm going to give you the recipe for that next. And the biggest secret to that is you don't need no hot peppers to do it. Okay, we mixed 2 more cups of brine just to make sure we had enough. We cut her short a little last time. And that looks about good. We got about a half cup left over, which is fine, as long as the ratios of salt to water is correct. Then you want to make sure you take something, get down in there and work the air bubbles out. You know, just work as much air out as you possibly can. It's like I said, this ain't real science or anything like that. You know, the thing about lacto-fermented, if you Google it, you'll find out that's really one of the most, I don't know if we call it ancient or what it is, but that's, you know, back before people had refrigerators and everything else, they didn't know how to preserve vegetables and stuff, and this is how they did it. But it really does add a unique flavor to sauces. Like I say, I'm going to ferment this one, and once I create a sauce, I'm going to use the base sauce, and I got some ideas to make some crazy hot sauces out of this base sauce. So stay tuned for my other recipes.